My name is Blake Rogers, and this is the second economic report. The first article I wrote about and researched on was titled Labor Department Expected to Make Millions More Eligible for Overtime. Authors Eric Morath and Melanie Trotman, published by the Wall Street Journal about a month ago. Summary of this article, so basically the original overtime law says that workers that do not earn more than $450 per week are eligible for overtime pay if they work more than 40 hours in that week. This includes salary and hourly paid employees. But the new law would raise that $450 and almost double it, or over double it, to $970. This will impact projected around 5 million people that were not eligible with the old overtime wage law. Many economic experts believe that this could be good or bad. They definitely agree that there's going to be multiple impacts. Um, some think it will be good for the hardworking people because now they will be rewarded, but the skepticism comes from that they think employers will not allow for the employees to work the 40 hours. They're going to cut back on the hours. So the second article is titled Overtime Rules Seen Boosting Low-Wage Hiring by Eric Morath, who is an author of the previous article of the Wall Street Journal, and this one was written about a week ago. This article is just like a follow-up of that first article. Um, this article, the author goes in a little more detail about how businesses will try to hire more low-wage workers and part-time workers to compensate for the supervisors and the managers that were originally working over the 40 hours because they're trying to get away from paying um, these higher employees the extra money. So basically, this is accomplishing exact opposite of what they were attempting to accomplish when they put the law in place. The higher cost of paying people will switch over to hiring costs now, and the turnover rates will most likely rise because of this. This is significant economically because the basic incentive problem. Employees and owners have fundamentally different objectives. In this scenario, for example, employees are trying to gain the wages they think they deserve, but employers are doing the opposite, trying to cut back on their wage cost. A difference of their incentive problem. Employers also must determine their optimal effort choice on a larger scale looking at it. Employers are going to try to figure out the best wage for the different job descriptions they have in their company. They will attempt to figure out the amount of employees and how much each employee is allowed to work and how much they pay each employee now. Some employees might even get a higher salary, so then they aren't eligible for overtime pay. So this is a cost that companies are going to incur on research, and so they have to understand each employee. Now that more workers are going to be eligible for overtime pay, there could also be a higher rate of shirking. For example, employees that will now be eligible will have less of an incentive to produce faster. They might kind of sit back and take things a little calmer and just not do as much because they know by Thursday, Friday they're going to be putting in 50 hours and now they're getting paid way more than they originally were. And then they'll start producing. And then there's also employees that might work extra hard for 1 week and put in 60 hours and then the next week work 20, so they're still working 80, but they'll get paid more now because the 60-hour week they're going to make a lot more than they would if they worked 2 40-hour weeks. So there's multiple issues you see. So in conclusion, my current workplace and other small firms, it's going to impact because many people go to smaller firms because they're more flexible than the corporate world and take less salary, but they weren't originally eligible for overtime pay, but with this rise now they will be. I know at my firm most of the employees now would be eligible, and so the boss is going to have to make some tough decisions. Ultimately, people have their own opinions, and employees now have more power, but companies are not going to sit back and just let their company take the hit. Thank you.